In this unit circle survival guide, we'll find the exact value of cosine of 11 pi over 4 using the S.A.R.C method. So here's our outline, and S.A.R.C just helps us remember the order for each step. So S will sketch our angle, A will use A.S.T.C to decide the final sign of our exact value, is it positive or negative. The R will find our reference angle and then the special right triangle and coordinates that correspond to that angle. And then C will calculate our trig ratio. So if you need help with any of these steps, I'll be sure to post a link in the video description that will go through these unit circle basics. There will be a video for each of these skills if you need help with any particular one. All right, so let's find the cosine of 11 pi over 4. We want to first start by sketching our angle's terminal side. And now looking at our angle, we see it's positive. We know it'll rotate in the counterclockwise direction, but we also should notice that it's more than one rotation. So it's greater than 2 pi. It'll be really helpful here for sketching our angle if we find an angle that is coterminal to 11 pi over 4. So we're basically going to just take away one rotation from this angle. To do that, we just need to subtract 2 pi. So let's do that quickly. We have 11 pi over 4, and we want to take away a rotation. And so that's 2 pi is a full rotation in radians. And instead of just subtracting 2 pi, let's go ahead and write it as 8 pi over 4, so we have a common denominator. And we know that 3 pi over 4 is a coterminal angle to 11 pi over 4. And what that means is that they have the same terminal side. So we rotate a little bit differently to get there, but we end up in the same place. So let's go ahead and sketch. All right, we know we start here at 0. If we went a halfway rotation, that would be pi. Okay, so if we break that into quarters, we would count 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. So our angle's terminal side will be right here, and it'll be in the second quadrant. So now that we have a sketch of our angle, we can move on to step 2 and use A.S.T.C to decide if our exact value's final answer will be positive or negative. So for A.S.T.C, think all students take classes, and it simply is a reminder, an acronym, to help us know which trig functions are positive in each quadrant. So working our way around, we say all, starting in quadrant 1, all are positive. Students, S, so sine and cosecant are the only ones positive in the second. Tangent and cotangent are positive in the third. And cosine and secant are the only ones positive in the fourth. So we really care about here, the second quadrant, only sine and cosecant values will be positive. We're trying to find the cosine of 11 pi over 4. Thus, our final answer will be negative. And it's great to have this step here because we go ahead, make that decision, and from here on out, we're just going to use the information. Specifically, we'll find the coordinates in the next step in the first quadrant. So we don't have to worry about negative signs. We won't have any calculation errors of that type because we've already made our final determination for sine. All right, now we're ready to find our reference triangle so we can find the special right triangle and coordinates that correspond to this angle. So we know that we have a terminal side when we reduced it to its coterminal angle 3 pi over 4. So if you rewrite pi as 4 pi over 4, I think that can be helpful here to see that the reference angle, or the amount of rotation between the terminal side and the x-axis, is going to be 1 pi over 4. All right, that's also known as 45 degrees, so our reference triangle is going to be a 45, 45, 90 special right triangle. And the coordinates that go with that are root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. And now we can finally calculate. So we know that the cosine of an angle in the unit circle is just our x-coordinate. Okay, and of course we determined the sine was negative in our second step. So we can look at our reference triangle. We see the x-coordinate is root 2 over 2. We know that the cosine of 11 pi over 4 is going to be negative square root of 2 over 2. And that's all there is to it. Check the video description for links to more worked examples of exact value and other good trig resources. Thanks for watching.